Hi guys, it's Aquarii Moon, and today I wanted to talk about the illusion of chasing money. I know this is a little bit off the subject a little bit of what I am normally talking about, which is energy work, but I wanted to talk about it because it does relate, and you have to kind of think about it in a higher level. So I want to say it so that it makes sense, because sometimes my thoughts can be a little or a lot on the abstract side. But the illusion of chasing money, for one, all it is paper. Everybody is wanting it because some group of people have said that it is really an important thing to them. And when you really look at the aspect of money, like cash money, it really doesn't get you where you in your mind want to be. I've been learning a lot about like credit, cash money, and different types of things when it comes to the subject of money. Now, how this relates to Reiki and energy work is when you have a certain negative energy signature that is like has encased you actually are blocking the vibrations of the current of money. That's why it's called currency, because it's a current. It is electrically charged. Although we don't, well, you actually can, if you're sensitive enough, you can feel it humming a little bit. But most people are not that sensitive. Me, especially when I Reiki my money, I basically a specific vibration to do whatever it is that I'm commanding it to do, in a sense making it work for me, like making the money work for me instead of me working for the money. So that's, I'm sure you've heard that phrase before. But the illusion of chasing money, like when you run out of money, what are you left with, right? We see that story all the time. People win the lottery and then they go and they pay all this stuff off, but then they're broke again. They didn't have the education or the structure of how you should actually not really invest it, but be able to not even have to spend it, already had been in a position where that was just something extra. When nowadays, many of us are working these 9 to 5s, or 6 p.m. to 1 a.m., or damn near 24 hours, where you're one job 8 hours, you sleep for 2, and then you go to the next one. It's a dead end plan, basically. One of the guys that I've been listening to, he was like, which I agree, I'm like, I don't want to live the 40-40-40 plan, where you work for 40 years for, see, what is it? I wrote it down. Hold on, okay, so the 40-40-40, and I put in my notes, I don't want to work on the 40 hours a week, 40 years, 40% of the 100% income made working those 40 years. Like, I don't want that plan. I don't want to be old and trying to think about traveling. Like, I'm supposed to be traveling right now, right? I'm supposed to be doing those things. I'm supposed to be going and helping people with my gift. But how can I do that if, if I'm stuck chasing the dollar, the mighty dollar? So when I did a little bit of a experiment where I started really looking at money like it was garbage, because it is, all it is just paper, and there's a dead person on it. So why it's almost like, why is this picture of a dead person so important? And then, everybody, of course, the presidents, blah blah blah, but like, those presidents didn't do anything to help my situation. So why would I want to go after it like that? There is one course that I'm looking at that would help answer a lot of questions for myself, and once I get into that program, I'll talk more about it. But I had some really positive feelings when I was thinking about it. I'm going to meditate on it tonight to make sure that it's a proper decision for myself. That's another thing that I've been starting to be successful at. When I take time for myself and I meditate and I think about, I clear my thoughts. First of all, I just think of nothing. Like, anything that pops in my head, I acknowledge it and then just kind of brush it off or snip it away. But when I'm able to really sit down and meditate and go within and ask myself questions, it's taking practice. It is taking practice. My battery's at 20%, so I have to hurry up and make my point. It does take practice, and I encourage you guys, if you aren't, to consider doing some type of meditation. It doesn't have to be called meditation. I just say, just personal time with yourself, quiet time, where you can reflect on what you've been doing, where you're at, where you want to go, that type of thing. But I do want to actually create something to help people get into a space where they can relax and start sorting out their thoughts, so they're not so cluttered thinking about a whole bunch of different stuff. But this has been your girl, Aquarii Moon. What have you found